This week's swing analysis is for Andrew Phillips. Now Andrew plays off a handicap of +4, and I'm sure most of the group would think, well, why does somebody off +4 need to have their swing analysed? But +4 handicap is an excellent handicap, and it's obviously elite level. I'm used to working with my 20+ years experience on the PGA Tour in America with players who have swings like Andrew, and what they're looking for is I become more like the F1 motor mechanic. The car's going to go very fast, we know that, but is it going to be able to go very fast at all the critical times? Now, Andrew has said his strength is his driving and his bunker play, his weakness is losing it to the right. So I've already had a little bit of a look at these swings, and we're going to do an analysis now, and it's something that plenty of players have swings like Andrew. I would put Andrew's swing in the category of a bit more of an old-fashioned swing. It's more handsy swing than the current body action that most players are trying to use. But there's been some great players who've won multiple majors, and one of them in particular who has a very similar to release to Andrew's swing is Ian Woosnam. So a great player for many years, Ryder Cup captain, won the Masters. So just because Andrew's got what would be considered a bit more of a handsy action through impact than the swing that most players are trying to swing with now, doesn't mean he can't play world-class golf. So let's have a look at Andrew's swing now. Okay, Andrew, let's have a look at the face-on view first of all. Look, I love your setup. You set up with the back of the ball level with the left side of your face, which means that you're going to be catching the ball just before the bottom of your swing, which is going to be under the left shoulder joint. Everything about that setup looks really good. Now I'm just going to take you through this swing. There's a nice little bump to the right, which means that you get the centre of pressure shift to your right foot very early, which is great because then you can bounce back to the left. Now traditionally what we're looking for at left arm parallel on the way down is about 70% of pressure into your left leg, and you're doing that beautifully. I can see from here that that's exactly what you're doing. You're putting great leverage, good stress into the shaft, and really nice release through impact up into a balanced finish. Now when we have a look at this from the right side, and what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take the setup position. To me, there's a little bit too much weight out on your toes. I'd like to see that, bring that weight more back, the balance from heel to toe, more back in the balls of the feet, more to the centre of the feet. And we'll get to why I think you might be losing a few shots to the right. I like the backswing, very nice, good position at the top. And here's our first move down, and there's a lot of pressure that has gone out into the left toe. Now a lot of pressure going out into the left toe is going to make it difficult to clear, so your body is going to tend to stall, and as it stalls you're going to back up and back away from the ball slightly. But the main problem that I see here is with the shaft, it's just coming down in the first move a little steep, and I'm talking about only a little bit steep. So we'll take a line here down through the shaft, and the shaft line is pointing just inside the ball. So you're now going to have to plane that club, and that will be, you start to drop the club under the plane slightly, and you start to back out and back away, and the ones that you don't time with those fast hands are the ones that you're going to leave out to the right. So what I would be suggesting, if you're being able to do this type of video analysis, and I see that you're at an indoor centre there, so you should be able to do this type of indoor analysis, is at this stage of the downswing, left arm parallel, what I would like to see is I'd like to see you just shallow the club a little bit more. As shallow the club means that I'd like to see that club back on that plane. We're only talking a few degrees. So for the viewers who are watching this, Andrew is a +4 player. You think, oh, that can't make much difference. This can make a huge difference. So at this stage, left arm parallel on the downswing, if that club was back on that line there, you would then be able to turn through and square the club a little bit more with the turn of your body. Combined with, I'd like to see you move a little bit more weight back towards your heel at this stage of the downswing, so your body can continue to turn. But that's all I'd recommend. Do a little bit of work on that. You'll be a little bit more consistent with squaring the face with the turn of your body. So a little bit more weight back to the left heel at this point, and shallow the club onto that plane, and I think you'll start to see some more consistency in your takeoff line and your trajectory. I've just completed Andrew Phillips' swing analysis, and Andrew, you've got a terrific golf swing, and I'm sure you've got some fabulous rounds ahead of you. With the technology that we use here at Yarra Bend, I've already emailed that to Andrew, so Andrew will have that swing analysis in his inbox for future reference and the things that he needs to work on to improve his golf game. So there's a wrap up today for our 5 questions and our swing analysis. So make sure that you submit your questions for one of our other coaches to answer, and your swing analysis, and if you're lucky enough to get selected, I'm sure you'll enjoy the information that we're able to share with you. So thanks again, Steve Bann from Yarra Bend, Melbourne.